Hey y'all, I am going to do a little project for y'all that is great for little bitties. Older kids can have fun with this also because you can keep adding some stuff to it, but it's a lot of fun for littles because they can kind of get their hands and it's kind of textural and get their hands in the paint. So you could do this two ways. We're gonna make it's kind of like a finger painting, but you can do it two ways, a messy way, or you could do it a little less messy. I'm gonna show you the less messy way for those that, don't want a big mess. If you have a tablecloth or plastic tablecloth or something, I would put that down. Or if you have some sort of like a cookie sheet or something like that you don't mind paint getting on, that would work great too to kind of contain the mess. I'm gonna use tempera paint for this. I feel like this is something a lot of people have. You can use, if you have like, I know Crayola, a lot of people have the Crayola finger paints and the washable paints. This tempera is totally washable. And it's great for littles because of that. So I have a piece of paper here. If you have thicker paper, then that would be ideal. I'm using like a mixed media paper, but if you just have regular old like printer paper, copy paper at home, then that's fine too. So I've chosen like a couple, several different colors here. So you guys can kind of put whatever colors that you want on this, and it can kind of be like a free-for-all, or if you want to kind of have a method to it. I'm gonna kind of show you that. I'm gonna start out by laying down some different colors of paint here. And I'm gonna start with yellow. I'm gonna do kind of like a beach scene, okay? Or let's hope it turns into that. So I'm kind of placing the colors where I feel like, they might be best here. Okay. Do a little white. Do a little white down here and a little white up here, and I kind of do some white all over here. So I'm going to do kind of like a sunset-y background. So I'm going to take some orange and some red and then a little bit more yellow. Okay, so from here you could let them go to town with their hands, which is amazing for kids to get in there and get messy. It's really great for them to feel and just experiment. But if you want to do it a little less messy, if you have some plastic wrap at home, saran wrap, you can take a piece that will cover, you might need two pieces depending on the size of paper, but you're gonna kind of take it and you're gonna lay it on top of it. So I'm gonna use two pieces. You could tape this down to the table. I'm not going to tape it down, but if you have little bitties that are doing this, taping would probably be good just because it will keep it in place a little bit better. So I'm just taking that. I hope you guys can see this. I've tried to move this thing. I need to get an overhead tripod, but this is what I've got for now. So from here, now you can just have them kind of rub, and it's still textile, like textile for them to kind of feel, and it's squishy, but this is the part that I'm talking about is a little bit messy, even with the plastic on it. So you might want to have something on top of it so they can kind of mush it around, feel the paint underneath it, have fun with it. But this is really, you can get some really fun, cool effects with this. So I'm kind of just moving it around, kind of in the pattern that I did the paint. Again, let them be free with this. If they doesn't turn out like what you had envisioned, that's okay. Let them have fun with it. But I'm kind of moving this around. So this is gonna be kind of my beach area. And then my sky is up here. And hopefully I put enough paint on here. But the more you move it around, the more it will spread. The temper is really great for this. If you have like the more fluid acrylics, like the craft acrylic, you could do that as well with this. They just are not washable. So just remember that. These temper paints are washable. So it's really great. So I'm kind of just moving them around all over the paper here. And my water's up here. And I'll kind of blend it in. This kind of helps control it a little bit too, so you don't end up with a big old muddy mess. But I am all for kids getting in with their hands and getting messy. So if you want to do that too, then that is, you know, that's amazing for them to really get in there. This, you're just able to kind of, like I said, control it a bit so it doesn't get totally out of hand. So once you kind of get it kind of all spread around how you want it or how they want it, then you can take it off, take the plastic off. And I'll put that to the side. So from here, you could just leave it like this if you want. That's, you know, fine, that's beautiful. You could add glitter to it, you could add sparkles, whatever you want. You could also, if you have some black, let me lift this up a bit. If you have some black construction paper or cardstock, you could take this. Ideally, you want to dry this. I am not going to dry it because of the hair dryer going, so I'm just going to show you guys. So I pre-cut out this little palm tree looking plant. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that on there. Okay. You guys can make whatever shapes. You can have them cut out shapes and add to it. Cutting is awesome for them to practice. Again, this is the part that can be fun. I mean, I think it's fun regardless, but for older kids, like, you can get really creative with the black paper and kind of create silhouettes. So I also cut out a little sailboat. So I cut out 3 different shapes here. And I'm gonna glue those down as well. I'm gonna kind of put the boat up a little bit so it's kind of in the water. And if the paint is real thick, you may not need too much glue. I made a little sail for it. You could put some clouds up in the sky if you wanted to. Oh, I put my sail on backwards, but that's okay. All right, so this is kind of what I've got here. I'm gonna turn it around for you because mine is still wet. But again, let me lift this up a bit for y'all. And mine is wet, so ideally, like I said, you want to blow dry it before adding the cardboard to it, if that's what you're gonna do. But this is just a fun little project that you and your kids can do together, or you can kind of just let them go at it and have fun. So I'm gonna post this, and it'll be on YouTube and Facebook, and I will try to post it on Instagram as well. But I hope y'all have fun with it.